Hi everyone, it's Sally from Crafting Gal Sal, Paper Crafts and Such, and today I'm going to show you how I made this really cute fancy fold birthday card for my dad. His birthday's coming up in May, and the first thing I'm going to show you is the card itself. So it says, "Happy birthday, it's your day." It's got a cute little cupcake there, and you just open that up. This is a permanent glue dot that I'll tell you about later. And it opens again. And then I've got my writing in here in the middle of what I wanted to tell my dad. It's his 87th birthday. And then over here I made a little pocket that right now I just have my Macy's credit card in, but I just wanted to show you that it's a pocket and I'm going to be putting a gift card in there for him. So this is my fun card that and I watched a couple different YouTubers yesterday, and I think both of them were from Stampin Up. And that's how I learned how to make this card. And mine's just a little bit different than theirs is because I don't have all the supplies they have. But anyway, so I'm gonna stop my video and I'll come back and show you how I made it and some of the items that I used to make my card with. So hold on and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back and I have some things already cut and ready, so let's just get right to it. You're going to need these measurements cut. So your outer flap, which is this part here, this is your outer flap, and as you can see, it's been glued to the back of my card base. The outer flap is going to be cut at 5 inches by 5.5 inches. So I have that already cut for me for this demonstration. Here's one that I had made back when I was working on this one, but I chose to cut a different circle, which I'm happy with. Anyway, so there's 5 inches. Goes this direction, 5.5 this direction, okay? And then we have some middle measurements, and that's important because you're going to need that middle measurement going this direction to be able to cut your diagonal. And then you'll need the middle measurement also here so that you'll know where to cut your punch, your hole in the middle. Okay, so I have the middles marked 5.5 inches. The middle of that is 2 3/4 inches, and then the middle of the 5 inches 2.5. You're also going to need 2 other decorative panels. I chose this pretty happy birthday with the hats on it, and then a coordinating background that just looks like wood. So those are my 2 panels that you need cut. They both are 4 inches by 5.25 inches. So here's my panels that I cut. Okay, your standard A2 sized background size. And then the inside pocket is 2 inches by 5.25 inches. And so that's that. Now, when I cut my papers, they just automatically gave me the 2-inch strip. So I was pretty lucky on that, and I didn't really have to measure anything out. Okay, so those are the colored pattern papers that you'll need. All right, then I'm going to show you how to find the diagonal so that you can cut your front flap. All right, so this is the one I need. Again, I need my 5.5 inch going this direction, okay? And the middle of 5.5 inches is 2 3/4 inches, okay? So what I need to do first is I'm going to fold my this flap. It needs to be scored and folded at 1/2 inch. Okay, so I'm going to get my scoring tool. And I want to make sure that my 5 inches goes across here, and I'm going to score it at 1/2 inch. Is that 1/2 or is this 3/4? It's 3/4, I'm sorry. So we're scoring it at 3/4 of an inch. All right, so there's that. And when I fold that back, you can see on my card base that it fits just like that. So this 3/4 inch flap is going to get glued to the back of your card base like that, okay? But I'm not ready to glue yet. All right, so once I have scored that and folded that back, I'm going to show you that this now measures across the top at 4 1/4, which is your standard front panel for an A2 card base, okay? So now I need to go back down to my 5 1/2 side, and I need to mark this to find the middle, and I need to mark it at 2 3/4. So I'm going to turn it this way just so that I can use this side, and I'm going to mark it at 2 3/4 inches. So I'm just going to take a pencil so it doesn't show up very much, and there's my 2 3/4. So I'm going to mark it right there. Okay, so when I cut my diagonal, I'm going to be cutting from this point to this point right here, the point after your fold, all right? Or that, I guess that's the point of your fold. And then I'll cut the diagonal from here to this point right here. Okay, so now I'm going to just show you how to do that. And use my paper trimmer, and I'm just going to line up my paper trimmer so that I know that it's going to cut right there and to this point. So I'm going to line it up where I know it's going to be cutting, and I have it right here at the fold and right here at my dot. I might need to move it over just a bit. Okay, so there's my first diagonal, and now I'm going to do the same thing, lining up at the point and the fold. So here's the point, here's the fold. And I'm going to cut that. And so there is my triangle shape. And if there's a little bit of pencil there, you can just erase it real quickly. Okay, so now I've got my flap. What I need to do next is go ahead and punch out my centerpiece. And I just used this 2-inch scalloped edge, which fit very nicely in there. But before I did that, I had to mark where my center was, the absolute middle of this. So I needed to go down this direction and over that direction, okay? So my center is 2 1/2 inches by 3 3/4 inches. So now I'm going to use, I'm going to just line this up. Okay, so I know that 2 3/4, oh, I'm sorry, this one. I know that 2 3/4 got me to the center of this area, or this area. And here's that 2 3/4 right here, okay? So I know that that is 2 3/4 inches. That's the center right there, okay? What I need to do is get the center of the 5-inch going, or I'm sorry, the 5-inch going this direction, and that was at 2 1/2. So I need 2 1/2 this direction. So here's 1 inch, there's 2 inches, and 2 1/2 is going to be about right there. So I'm just going to mark little crosshairs, and that is the center where I want to punch my hole. Okay, just like I have that one. All right, so now I'm going to take my punch and I'm going to look at it this direction so I can line that up, and it'll be in the center. And I'm just going to punch that out. Okay, so that is ready. This is what I'm going to use to mount my little cupcake on. I have a little cupcake that I used a different pattern with, but I decided I like this better. So my cupcake sticker I got from Dollar Tree, and so I'll do that later. Now I'm going to take my card base and I'm going to go ahead and glue my other panels on. So this panel is going to go here like that, and that's what this will look like. Okay. Before I do, I'm going to go around it with coordinating color around the edges. I chose this tannish color, and I'm going to do the same thing to the inside panel. All right. All right. Then just going to glue these down. So this is my front. Whoop. Okay. And one down the middle. So there's my front. Okay, and then my inside panel. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. And maybe I'll just go ahead and glue my pocket in while I'm at it. Oh, this does not get the tape runner. This I'm going to do with my liquid glue to make the pocket. Tape runner will just not give enough room to put anything in there. So when you make your pocket, you're just going to go across the top, down the side, just a thin line, and across the bottom. And that'll give you plenty of room inside to put a gift card or whatever you're going to put. If you're going to do a pocket, you can do this without a pocket. The pocket is my addition because I love having pockets in my cards. All right, so there's my pocket. The next thing, next thing I'm going to do is go ahead and glue this to the back of this back panel, and this time I can use this tape runner. Whoop! I want to make sure I get it to the edges. All right. And then when you line this up, you don't want to go clear into the crease. You want to have it out a little bit from that crease, and that will help make sure that your flap folds nicely across the top of your card. Okay, so there's that, just like that. The next thing is I did a rounded edge, although mine doesn't look very round, but what I used to get that was this little tool that came with one of my things, but it didn't do a very good job on the corner. Not as good as I wanted it to. So let's see, does this have one? It's an envelope, not sure. So I wonder if that one would work. Let me give it I'm going to do it a test run. Let's see. How do you do it? I can't even remember. Oh, you gotta take it off. Is that I don't even know how to use this thing. Never mind. All right. Well, that was a bad idea. Well, we'll just go back to this, even though I didn't like the way it looked. It's okay. Okay, so I'm going to do this corner, and I'm just going to stick it in there. And like I said, it didn't do a very nice corner, but it's better than nothing. All right, so I've got my corner punched. There we go. So for some reason I lost the rest of my video, and all I did after that was I put my glue dot here on the end. It's a permanent glue dot, but the way to make it less tacky is just put your finger over it quite a few times. You can even stick it to your clothes, and that will help keep it down, but it won't ruin your paper when you go to lift it back up. And then I also went ahead and I used my little circle scalloped punch out, and I put my sticker on there. This is a birthday card for my husband, and I've got my happy birthday all ready to go. I'll be putting it there, and I'm basically going to decorate it the way I have this one done. So I hope you liked the video. Please give me a thumbs up if you liked it, and if you haven't already subscribed, please do that for me now. If you leave a comment, I'll put your name in my drawing that I'm going to be starting once I get 1,000 subscribers. So your name will go in the drawing for every time you leave a comment on a video, and if you share it with your friends, that will help me as well to get more subscribers. So if your friend leaves your name in the comment, then that will let me know that they came there by you, and your name will get put in again. So I really appreciate you watching my video, and until the next time, happy crafting. Bye.